The party then found what looked to be an entirely abandoned goblin city and a series of goblinoid corpses, many of which had bored holes in their skull in various states of decay. They found a long bridge across an open chasm. Upon traversing it, Scanlan went invisible and found what looked like a Duragar war camp, which were like ashy-skinned, evil dwarves that live deep underground. Watched a dwarf get executed by what appeared to be some sort of strange alienoid creature that was revealed to be an illithid or a mind flayer, and being that is psychic and consumes brains.
Oh, the mind flayer.
Brains!
Yeah. Upon returning, the party had a plan to lead them off of an illusionary cliff that went pretty well, ended up taking out a significant portion of the charging army at the time. After a brief discussion, Keyleth and Vex decided they didn't want to listen to anyone's bullshit, and hijacked the magic carpet, flew down into the chasm below, and discovered behind one of the underground waterfalls some sort of a mind flayer who was cast out from the society, covered in rags, kind of a twisted physical form, and after a very tense discussion seemed to befriend it under the guise of mutually agreed retribution against those that are oppressive to this whole chasm area.
Clarence.
Clarota. I don't think he'll take kindly to Clarence. However, this is where we left off the previous game. As you're following towards the center of this town, you see in the distance a small light moving back from the direction where you first saw that Duragar camp, where Grog was assaulted.
Oh, I don't recall that.
Look, back the way we came, there's some sort of light up ahead.
That can't be good.
Stay with Clarota. I'm gonna go take a look. Scanlan, come on.
I'm coming with.
Okay. Both of you guys roll stealth?
Stealth? Not great. Not great. 9!
29.
All right.
That's a number.
So, as you officially vanish into the ether and surrounding darkness, Scanlan, who still has that song stuck in his head from earlier, his slow jam is just abstractedly humming to himself without realizing it, calling a little bit of attention, at which point you begin to hear some footsteps in the distance that come to an immediate halt.
Grab Scanlan, put my hand over his mouth and say, "Quiet, man, what's wrong with you?" "It's a nervous habit, I'm sorry." With great power comes great responsibility.
It's a gift I have to share with the world.
Later. Save it for the mind flow.
All right.
All right, so with him tucked under my arm like a football, start to creep further.
You hear some shuffling, what sounds like plate. And you hear a voice just kind of muttering to itself. A familiar female gnomish voice.
Hi.
Hey guys! It's me, Pike!
Jeez, where have you been?
Oh man, I've had quite a time. I've missed you guys terribly, and a lot has happened, and I'm sure for you guys as well.
Not so much.
No?
I click my thing. Scanlan, what the hell's going on?
Don't worry, it's a friend. We'll bring her back soon.
Okay, well, there's a mind flayer here.
Keep him busy. He likes slow jams.
As you guys take a look at Pike, you notice she's fully armored, but dirty. She's got sweat across her face. Looks like she may have had a couple of scuffles on the way through here. What you were inspecting was this campsite that appeared to have been abandoned. What caught your eye was against the stone wall right above the ring of stones that formed the fire itself. There is a giant symbol carved into the stone that is a protective sigil of Bahamut, the Platinum Dragon, which is a religious symbol of protection used in different divine rituals.
As we were looking at that, we couldn't make heads or tails of it. Have you ever seen that before?
No.
Go ahead and make a religion check.
Are you sure? Think about it just for a moment longer.
Well, let me rethink on this. I think maybe,
So wait, are we all reunited?
Oh, it's a natural 20!
Oh, welcome back, Pike!
First roll?
Are we all reunited?
You
for
just forgot. You just
you know what? Actually, now that I'm thinking about it,
You clutch your holy symbol instinctually as you reach up and kind of run your fingers along the stonework, kind of tracing the carving across the stone. As you do, your eyes close and you feel the the warmth of Sarenrae's presence fill your mind for a second, and for a split moment you can see a well-armored, very driven female halfling with hair pulled back into tight brown braids, a kind of dark green cloak thrown over one shoulder, who is currently carving that symbol into the stone. You're seeing Lady Kima of Ward as the one who left the symbol to protect her campsite as she laid up camp here. You don't know how long ago this transpired, but this was definitely left by her in this tunnel.
What is it?
It was left by a woman.
Lady Kima, the one we're trying to find.
Lady Kima.
How did you know that?
Me and Pike are like,
Oh, Jesus.
wow. It's so great to see you.
It's
You
really
look
great to see you.
fantastic, by the way.
I don't feel fantastic.
Bring it in. Bring it in. Give me a hug. Give me a hug. Ooh, you smell a little. I like it though.
just
It
pheromones.
works. Somehow it works on you.
We're in a very complicated situation. A lot has happened to us. Clarota,
Wait, do
Now
we
we
know
can-
for sure he's helping us?
Yes.
Yeah.
can you
Sure.
help us understand your kind, your history, how you've come to be here, and who this individual is that is fucking with your shit?
The proverbial statement, I like that.
7 years since I discovered my curse. My form was struck with the brand of the arcane. And these foul arts proved difficult to conceal. My brethren could sense my impurity, my deviation, and cast me out. I was severed from the elder brain and chased on threat of death should I return. This entity that took the Durgar by force, they called Kavar. I caught no sight of it, but the fear I could sense from within these dwarves was so primal, so great, that I knew to keep a distance to be safe. Not but 4 months ago, one of my estranged people was captured by these Ashskins and brought within the obsidian walls for what I assumed was interrogation. Long after, the bulk of the Duragar people marched back through the long, deep tunnels that led to my people's colony and attacked. Strangely, before much bloodshed could occur, which I only assumed was the next step in this onslaught, the fighting stopped, and the colony allowed the Ashskins to waltz directly into the temple, unharmed, unchallenged, where our elder brain resides. It wasn't until after I discovered whomever this Kavan is, they themselves infiltrated the temple and somehow took the elder brain under their own control. I watched as my people had their will robbed of them. I think there are a way to change the tides of this circumstance. I feel that if I could somehow free my people from the influence of Kavarn, release its hold on our hive mind, my people would allow me to rejoin the colony.
You and your brethren, without this, do you think as one?
We think as individuals, but the hive mind connects us all. The hive mind gives us knowledge, history, direction. It is the source of our family.
So, if one individual of your family sees something, the entire hive sees the same, is that correct?
Oh dear, that's no good.
Did he say that his eyes, the Flayer's eyes, are what put people in trance, or their minds?
Yeah, the eyes. That's how
So
they
if
get
we
you.
wear helmets, it's not going to help.
No, the helmet is
that
what
right?
separates
Yeah,
him from
it's
his
the
hive mind. It wouldn't help
Well,
us at
that-
all.
I still wear the big bronze pot on my head.
You put the pot on your head. It's
on my whole
clunky.
vent.
Yeah, you cannot see with the pot on your
No,
head.
but I am
Can
protected
you bore?
from the
Can you
flames.
bore two like ghost holes
Right,
in?
that's
Like,
what I
I
like
don't need it. I have incredible warriors here.
do there that assortment of dwarves and some of your friends and ogres over there on the other side of the chasm? Is that something that we need to face headlong, or can we maybe surpass them, trying to find Kavarn or this temple that you speak of?
We may, if you wish. The stronghold is far below. The magma leads the way. However, if I know what I've seen, their general resides in that camp. I know no way within the stronghold without the front of their army. Perhaps the general can be prized for information. If you bring him to me,
Bring him to you. Won't be accompanying us on any adventure, or
I will be coming.
Oh, I cast Prestidigitation on Pike and clean her up. Real quick.
You look lovely.
Was it?
How do you think
It was all dirty.
your kin will react to that? What will their response be if they know that outsiders have come? If they've seen just me at this moment, plus a few illusions?
I will be prepared. So you must find another way in. You must think how to not be seen.
Think.
Don't worry, Grog.
You
We'll
hear-
figure it out.
You've never, ever in your life, ever heard someone else chuckle inside your brain. But you hear within the center of yours,
Think, yeah.
It echoes in the pot. And I start laughing to myself.
What's in the bottom of the crevasse?
it's water and magma.
Yeah, can we pick up the little Loch Ness monster and throw it at him or something?
Oh yes, down below in the waters, our allies Vex and somebody found saw some creatures under the water snatching bodies as they fell. Keela.
Yes!
Yes, I forgot who went.
Her Majesty Keyleth.
Pike's
Hi.
beauty distracted me. You shouldn't have cleaned her up so nice.
I'm sorry.
Wait.
Anyway, there was some
looking
creatures down below in the waters. Are those anything that we could use, or should we just avoid them?
you see it like actually hisses for a second as soon as you mention this. It goes,
No, avoid. That creature is older than all of us. He resides there in ancient mines. One that should be kept at bay and Napaleth.
Do you mean a Lawson?
its eyes narrow once again, not quite understanding the words you use, seemingly amused.
It's a gnome thing.
What if we blind them
How?
Like with some sort of interference?
with a really bright light?
Oh, I love doing light things.
Like, what if they are so blind they can't actually see us coming?
I believe Pike and I both have access to spells like that.
I assume
I
that
think
would
so.
make us pretty blind as well.
Not if...
Not necessarily. That's not a bad idea. Pike, can we temporarily enchant the magic carpet as like a spotlight as we fly over? It's like a light
little portable sun.
death ray?
We've seen you surrounded in radiant light before. Do you think you could do that for the carpet? It wouldn't be hard to get hold of some pitch down here, some tar.
To burn?
No. If you can be invisible, and you have a ring of mind shielding, and you can carry a bucket of pitch to that motherfucker, you can splash it on its face, cover its eyes, and it's helpless.
My God, what...
Or I could hang that big brass pot on its head.
Well,
Oh, I'm wearing that.
yes, but it could take it off, possibly, if you smear
So wait.
sticky shit on
Wait, I
its
just have to
eyes.
blind it?
Then it can't control it.
Well, I
can't
happen to have a
survive.
blindness spell.
It may still try, but to be blind, it would be very difficult for it to pry into your mind.
Could it still control the others, though?
Probably. is a permanent enslavement.
I can
That's not
cast
the
daylight
problem.
on your helmet. On your pot helmet.
Really?
Yeah. You'll be
I'm game with.
alright.
I'll be like a lighthouse.
At the very least, it will
walking
be a
around.
distraction for the two of
Crushing
you.
life.
They'll be busy dealing with us.
To be the cover of John
Everyone here,
Carpenter's The
Percy,
Thing.
that's a good idea.
Well, what is it?
Two fronts.
Yes,
Yes.
2 fronts.
What is it?
You
Someone's
and
a
I
distraction?
separate from the group. They go in shining like a beacon. You and I in. And while the illithid is focused on them, we go in, you blind him, and I stab him in his maw.
That means
Pretty good.
That's a
Pretty good.
suicide.
I like it. Let's do it.
Well, what else are we going
Might
to
as
do?
well.
This is a
I'm
great
game.
plan. I'm behind this.
Surgical. Special ops.
Hey, wait.
SEAL Team 6.
What does Vax have to say about this?
Vex, you mean?
Vex.
My sister Vex?
Yes, that one.
That's a good question.
Oh, Vex, you look so tired.
Vex, your sister, seems genuinely perturbed by the circumstance, but looks to you and says, "Look, I found him. You deal with the situation. Just tell me what to do."
And then she goes,
She's so like that. Right.
So Clarota closes his eyes and kind of goes into a meditative stance. The rest of you, those who have spells to choose, go ahead and choose your spells accordingly for the next day.
rub it in.
Well, luckily we have our clear.
I'm sharpening my axe.
Good, good.
It is good.
Just doing my vocal warm-ups.
All right.
Me, 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 me.
I'm
Quietly.
meditating.
Molto bene, molto bene, molto bene, molto bene, molto
The
bene.
Human Torch was denied a bank loan.
You all kind of slowly come to. It's about 4 hours into the evening's rest. You hear feel a slight tremor, a familiar tremor that you felt once before in this cavern. You'd feel the ground begin to vibrate and shake.
I get up, I look around.
Is Clay awake?
Eyes are open, just sitting there.
Clarota, do you know what that rumbling is?
There are many creatures that live in this rock. Your best to be still.
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 So,
Don't move.
vocal warm-ups.
Everyone make a stealth check.
Oh,
Oh,
Nipple.
Cooper.
We get advantage on that, right?
Oh, wow.
16.
14.
19.
18.
20.
1.
Two natural ones?
After her 2 natural 20s.
Nothing to add.
Nothing to add.
Nothing to add.
Well, I mean,
Well, I'm new
what-
to armor,
You
you know?
wait, you both rolled natural ones.
Natural one.
Those both count as 2 failures.
Fuck.
Thankfully, the rest of your group all rolled pretty high, so it was 4 versus 5.
Yes.
You guys just barely succeed. As you all hold still, barely breathe, the rumbling intensifies and goes on for a good minute, minute and a half before eventually it subsides.
Aw. Thought we were gonna get a warm-up.
Fades into the distance. Rumbling is complete. Appears to be no issue.
Okay.
So here's how I think this goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the team infuses the carpet and any shields or headpots they have with radiant light. They go in and make a big stink on the side of the camp. You and I go in. You're invisible. I'm a
Fly, flea,
fly.
mosquito, dragonfly, whatever you'd like.
Yes, let's say fly.
Okay.
We go in, find the illithid, and then we pop in. You yell, "Hey, Spanky!" Throw the goblin shit in its face.
Or I try to blind it with magic.
Yes,
Both.
Both. Why not both?
both.
Okay.
We want to increase our odds.
Sure.
As soon as he's blind, I go in for the kill. And then it's on us to deal with what happens after that.
It's playtime.
It's playtime.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna sing a little ditty to inspire Vax. I didn't see the Vax, cause he's so goddamn stealthy. La da 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 da. Okay, good.
Was that ice on the side?
Yes,
That wondrous rendition allows you a D8 inspiration dice. Hold on to that.
So are we floating above?
You guys
this
are currently-
thing now?
Should we
Floating about 100 to 150 feet above the war camp, You do not appear to have been noticed yet.
Get down there and wing it.
Should we land on the roof or do we land right outside the barracks door? What do we do?
Yeah, do it.
The
Still
roof,
team
roof,
signal.
roof. The roof.
You guys want to stay up and we'll go down?
You go. Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
We can start on the roof. That way that
do
gives
it.
us time
But I
to...
can't go invisible while you're flying.
Who needs you to be invisible? You're a stealthy bastard.
No, we land on the roof, we get it on there, I cast invisibility on him, and then you go do your thing.
We're running the risk of, as we come down, Drogar going, "Ugh."
We would risk that anyway.
That's true.
Either way.
I'm so scared right now.
If we go down
Why don't we
really
land on the
fast,
roof?
it's
Why
hard
don't
to
we
do the math.
Why don't we land on the roof and we all lay flat except for the people that are going in. You cast invisibility.
This is the exact
We all
conversation
stealth.
they had when they were about to go kill Osama.
I still have... We're still in like a dark cloud.
Wait, I have an idea.
Oh god.
Oh god. Is there enough weight for me to get on the carpet at this point?
Fucking stressful.
The light up.
By the
Do not
way,
light up until you see the black or greens of their eyes. Or
By the
whatever
way,
color. This-
Clarota-
the
Agreed,
surface
agreed.
of it.
Clarota, you
light
have
up until we see
definitely
the green
picked
of
the
them.
right
Green of them.
people to assist
Yes.
you.
We're on our shit.
You do not. There's no verbal response, but you do just emotionally sense a slight hint of regret emanating from the mind flayer.
We got this. All right, let's go land on the roof.
All right, let's
Do
do
it.
it.
All right.
Go. Tiberius, could you do me the favor of making me disappear?
Yes, when I do this, though, it's going to be very cool.
Holy shit, where are my hands?
Right?
That's amazing.
You immediately disappear from view. You just currently visually do not exist.
I take Scanlan by the scruff and swing him down
Oh, I turn invisible.
in.
Okay. So as you grab him and you're bringing him down, you cast invisibility on yourself. You both vanish now, and all the rest of you are kind of like holding your breath, hoping that now that you don't know what's happening, it's going to go well.
And I'm scaling in after him.
All right.
Come on in.
Go ahead.
Look, my sister's here.
We'll make it work. We'll make it work.
Yay!
We'll bring you up to speed later. You're on the roof of Osama bin Laden's house.
So, question for the DM: I'm invisible. Do I need to stealth? Do I stealth? Is that a?
There's still a stealth check because you're invisible, but noise is still a factor.
Okay. So we're gonna go this way.
All right.
And
Shift to this side. You immediately see
Although you guys have different colored lights.
two more Duragar guards.
I pull a gold coin out of my pocket and throw it to this corner of the
Straight up
hall.
Metal Gear.
All right. You. Ting, ding, 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 ding. It's ringing sound. Both of the Duragar kind of look over.
What's that?
They look back at each other. Look
What's
kind of
over there?
grunt for a second. This one nods her head and begins walking over to inspect it. This one stays at its post.
Must have been my imagination.
All right. I pull Scanlan behind me and tiptoe right behind this
Yeah, do it.
asshole
Do it.
Get you waiting.
Put it in him.
and take out my vorpal blade and reach out and grab him by the hair and stick it in the back of his neck.
You've got my dice. You've got
Yes.
my dice.
All right. So, as you reach up, you grasp the back of it. This really nasty, wiry, thick Duragar hair.
I am so tense right now.
You-
I'm so tense.
You yank the head back and take the base of the blade. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
Oh!
It's a surprise roll, so you have advantage on the attack.
So that's a 26.
That is going to hit, and that is a critical hit. Go ahead and roll damage with sneak attack.
Okay.
Die.
This guy's dead.
52.
As you pull the head back, you can hear a slight guttural. Is about as much noise as can make it out before the blade just right out the front of his throat, blocking any passage of the air.
Twist it.
As you hold it, you twist the blade. He goes limp in your hand, but you catch it and keep holding it there so he doesn't make any noise. You're now clutching a dead Duragar.
Easy.
Night. Oh yeah.
Like he's standing there.
I just had a thought. I'm going to sit him back against the wall and let him slide against it and just grab Scanlan and into the room.
Into this room?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. You notice no traps. What you do notice, though, is there's a giant kind of war room table at the top of this raised platform. It's about 6 feet up, and there's a stairway that leads up to it. You see at the table one of the Illithid Mind Flayers, the armored general that you saw before, And there are 2 other Duragar currently at the table. They're in the middle of an excuse discussion.
Stay invisible.
Do we? We can't communicate.
You guys have got seconds until that other guard
we
comes
can't
back.
talk. We can't talk.
You hear
So
footsteps behind you.
I put the bucket of shit into Scanlan's hands.
What are you doing with
I'm
your...
gonna give him a little nudge, gentle little nudge.
I
says
I
no.
step forward into the room and I hurl it at the fucker's face. The general,
And I'm
the mind
rolling
controller's
behind him at
face.
the same time, behind the Illithid, ready to go.
So you go up here as well?
Yeah, oh yeah, behind him.
Okay, so you dart up behind. Make a stealth check, both of you.
Oh god.
With advantage.
Oh god, Robert's dead.
Oh yeah. Wait, do we get the +10 to stealth?
8 plus
No.
advantage. Oh, thank God.
19.
He
I'm
gets
using
advantage.
Scanlan's advantage, so 16, 29.
Okay. You slink up behind, seemingly unnoticed. There's a slight twitch to the Mind Flayer's head for a second as you go ahead and take a big old
Bucket of shit!
and fling it. Go ahead and make an attack roll. Just
attack
or
roll?
it would be you're not proficient with
Athletics?
you're not proficient with goblin shit buckets, unfortunately. So just go ahead and roll a d20 and add your dexterity.
My dexterity?
What was it?
Dexterity or strength is higher. Strength higher?
No. Strength. Strength is not higher for me. Oh, it is higher. So 19.
19. Alrighty.
Oh my god.
You fling it as the invisibility spell wears off of you as part of the attack. You fling the bucket. A spray of thick, gooey goblin fecal matter goes streaking through the air as the Illithid turns with its eyes wide to see you suddenly appear and then suddenly see this entire batch of thick goblin shit just across its face. Suddenly you see its tentacles writhing as it goes, and as it screams, all of you hear in your head a scream.
I'm stabbing!
As
Cast Stone Skin immediately.
all right, as this happens, you start cast Stone Skin. You go in for the blade, and you hear a counter voice in your mind.
Fuck.
Clarota, go.
I
Roll your
cast
attack.
light on Grog's head!
Your head comes to an
everything else.
extremely bright glow. All of you averting your gaze.
This is stealth, right? Stealth for me?
Yes. No, you are invisible. So
Okay. No, okay.
You're a daylight golem!
29! 29!
that definitely rolls to hit. You had surprise. Go ahead and roll.
It's a critical, right? I'm
It's a
assassinating
critical,
this motherfucker.
technically. Yep.
Which way should we go
Wait,
down?
we're going to for the general?
The Illithid
The
can
Illithid.
control
The
us
Illithid.
all.
Okay, yes.
All right.
Should we go in?
We don't know anything.
So roll damage on this.
I'm gonna roll my damage. Roll my damage.
Oh, we can act on that.
And I
Yeah.
Stone Skin, light on
Rage.
its head.
Rage.
It's going into a rage.
Daylight on my shield.
Daylight on your shield.
I'm so happy to be here.
62 into the
Come on. Ow!
critical hit.
Literally.
You
Holy
take the
shit.
blade, and as it pierces the
Oh,
back.
it's a poison one, by the way.
Okay. It pierces the back of its skull. You feel all the muscles in its neck tense in reaction to the blade, but the blade slips past. You can see a gout of purplish black blood begin to spill from its neck as it instinctually reaches up and pulls the blade from the back of its head. What's the DC on the poison?
It's. I don't have no idea.
Should be on the blade info.
Poison dagger.
Poison dagger.
I think it's. Oh, it's 15. It's 15.
15. Okay.
This was a good plan.
The poison does not seem to take effect. Its body resists it. It is still alive, but it looks like it's like clutching the back of its neck as it turns around, looking at you, going. You can see just blood spurting out of its mouth, and its eyes are now just burning with rage. All the rest of these Duragar are now reaching and pulling their weapons out. Everyone roll initiative. All right, top of the round is Vax with initiative.
Nice.
In the back of his head some more. I'm still invisible according to Tiberius' greater invisibility.
No. As soon as I cast Stone Skin,
Okay, well.
you were attacking. That's why I said this is all going to happen.
Okay.
You are now visible.
Okay, but
You
I'm
are not
stabbing in
stealth.
the back of the head. Do I get, for assassinate, do I get the critical still here, DM?
No, you've
Okay.
gotten the one hit. It is completely aware of you. It is not a surprise
so
attack.
that's a 28.
It is so aware of you. It has never been more aware of you in its life.
I just rolled a 28.
Okay, that definitely hits. Okay, so the first strike, you swing across with the flame tongue dagger. As it backs up, you put another gash across the front of its neck and chest area. It reels back and it's looking at you with angry fury. You feel this coming shake, this like horrible force of severe retribution coming to your mind. And as you're bracing for it, you take your other blade, you see its mouth opens up with frustration and anger as its tentacles kind of curl back, ready to just go in for the grab. And you place the blade squarely into that maw. You feel the scraping of its teeth across your knuckles, but it doesn't matter because whatever anger and light was once in its face goes dark and dark. As immediately it crumples to the ground, lifeless. You pull the blade from the maw. Mind Flayer down.
Yeah, Vex!
All right, he was next, but not anymore. Grog, your turn.
Right, so we're on the roof of the thing, right?
Correct, you are.
I'm in a rage. I take the pot still on my head, and I pick up my axe, and I try one gigantic smash through the roof of the building.
Go ahead and make a strength check.
Come on, big guy.
God, yeah.
Now
This
you,
is all you're
because
good
you
for.
are raging, you have
Grog!
advantage. 9 damage. Okay. As you swing the axe down, slam! It hits the wood with the sheer weight of you there, and most of you guys conglomerate at that point. The actual roof breaks open and splits in a small space. You slide down in the process.
I jump onto to Grog's foot.
All right. Go ahead, both of you make an acrobatics check.
Oh, I wouldn't have had to do it. All right, well, I'm in the building.
Grog, the light that is beaming from your helmet currently right now is filling up the room, and it is extremely bright. Most of you guys can handle it. You can see that all the Durgar at the table are like, ah! A bunch of Durgar come running in as well. As they run in, they're having to shield their eyes, but it's actually physically hurting them to be in that room right now. They're like, ah! Keeping it at bay. They have disadvantage on their attacks.
Nice.
Because of the light. So attack.
Yeah. Because I'm so bright.
Exactly. Attack against you.
Yes.
You're the brightest tool in the shed today.
That is a 17 versus AC. You just dodge out of the way. Next up is the one that's attacking you.
Scanlan.
Scanlan. That's going to be at the disadvantage. A 15 versus armor class.
14.
14. It still strikes you.
No.
You take 8 points of damage from the war pick, slamming you over the shoulder.
Ah, I'm so awesome, Pike! Okay, I'm gonna cast Dominate Person on the general.
What does that do?
Oh, shit.
No.
He's a power top.
With advantage, you rolled a 1 and a 2 on the saving throw. That's ridiculous.
And
Okay.
I'm going to dominate him and inform him. I can give him a command, right? Yes.
No, you can make him do whatever.
I'm going to tell him to stand down and tell all of his allies to stand down.
All right. He turns around, gives you a look, a strange look. Goes,
Men, all of you, drop your weapons. Now, we are surrendering to our new infiltrators.
he throws his warhammer to the ground. The 3 other Durgar look confused, look at the dead Mind Flayer, look at their general telling them to surrender, and they all kind of throw their weapons to the ground and stand there, kind of with their arms to the side, kind of waiting for what's going to happen next. As you finish that, Clarota slowly drifts
Clarota,
down.
thanks for all the fucking help, dude.
As this is happening, you guys feel a familiar tremble
Oh no. Be quiet.
in the ground.
DM is out of his mind.
Everyone make a stealth check.
Damn it.
Oh, that's a 20.
That is a 20.
Oh! This is the second time
That's
I've
a
rolled a
1.
1 on my stealth check.
Wow.
I'm not stealthy
17.
today.
18.
19.
14.
23.
Pretty good overall.
2.
22.
All right.
Yeah.
It's 2 feels.
Yeah.
All right. So there's the rumble gets louder and louder, and you can see the Durar looking around nervously. And then rumbling kind of fades for a second. And with the cacophonous cracking sound, the stone floor beneath you splits open. Yeah! Right here.
Yes.
As a large
What the fuck?
A large, armored, four-legged creature comes bursting out of the ground around you.
Oh, great. It's a rock butthole.
As you reactively attempt to move out of the way, this creature comes tearing out of the ground, gets its bearings, rears back, and this giant toothy maw comes clamping down onto your entire torso. You suffer 36 points of piercing damage.
Oh, shit!
36?
36 points of piercing damage. Alright, the general is going to attempt to make its saving throw.
Shit. You can do that?
Every time it gets a turn, it has a chance to break out of the will. And he does.
Give a shit.
Oh, he broke out?
He broke out.
So
He shrugs off the mental influence of the Dominate spell.
Oh.
However, he is not currently armed. Grog.
Kitty! I would like to go into a frenzied rage and charge at Clifford the big red dog.
You leap off the higher platform, come rushing out with your axe in the air as you come down, using the full weight of your body behind the attack. Percy, you're up.
Okay, is my hand still stuck in its mouth?
I
would like it to be.
If you'd like to, yeah. You could have left it there.
So, do I have an advantage to hit if my gun is in its mouth?
You are considered grappled if you leave your hand there. You can remain grappled for advantage on the attack roll.
Done.
Okay.
Awesome.
So I get to roll twice,
Yep.
right?
Yes, you do.
This is a whole new meaning to point blank.
Man.
Fun.
19.
19, that'll hit.
Okay, I spent some grit on this and
Okay.
did some interesting
How
modifiers.
much grit did you spend?
2 points of grit.
Okay, and this is the
This is the dead shot.
Okay.
And I also took a negative. I took a negative 5 to hit for a plus 10 damage to this shot.
Okay.
And I'm using my fire modifier.
Okay.
Not being an asshole.
Okay.
So
That's amazing.
He's Samus blasting right now.
Yeah.
that's
Come on, come down. Ooh.
16, that's 20, 35 points of fire damage inside of its mouth.
So, your hand inside, you pull back and fire, knowing which barrel's next. You hear this dull sound, and its eyes kind of pulse for a second with intense fury and pain. Smoke just billows out the sides of its mouth and its nostrils, and it begins to kind of shake its head, lifting you about a foot off the ground painfully, but you think it's worth the deal. Well done.
Thank
Just
you.
turned him into a Texas
man.
number 2.
I will say that ends your turn.
Thank you,
Damn it.
Gary Gygax, wherever you are, for making this game.
All right, Scanlan, what you got?
Okay, I'm going to, I know he'll get a hit on me, but I'm going to run away from the guy behind me, run straight at the general, and just open out my arms in an outstretched big hug. And I'm like, come here, big guy, come here. And I give him a big hug, and upon touching him, I cast Banishment on him and send him to another dimension.
Nice!
All right. So, as you move away, the Duragar is going to attempt to make, as a reaction, to make an attack
It's
on you.
okay, it's all cool for Pike.
That's going to be a 13 for armor class.
Does not hit.
You just hear it coming as you're walking, buddy. Whoosh. Duck under the war pick for its with advantage on its saving throw. What's the DC?
DC?
The DC on your spell.
Well, if I'm doing it through
Through your
my
arm?
cone, it's 19.
I will say for this, you do not have it through your cone because you had your arms
Okay,
open. You
you're
didn't
right.
specify.
17.
However, it still fails its saving throw.
Nice.
The general, as you reach up, he has his war pick ready. Pulls back its war pick as the flames burst in, and then blinks out of existence.
Nice move.
One
Oh,
down.
he's gone! Oh, where did he go? I don't know.
How long does that last, by the way?
It's
concentration
concentration.
Okay.
It's concentration.
All right. So,
Scanlan Shorthawk, playing Vegas, ladies and gentlemen.
He's a-
Okay,
you're
do
up.
I get a bonus? No.
you do a bonus action.
Okay, I'm just gonna sing a little ditty, to Pike, just to give her a little inspiration. I'm just do some pelvic thrusting, a little. That's a flute, by the way.
Some sweet
Super impressive. Play that way. His electric flute gives you a D8 inspiration dice, so you can add that to any attack
You can
roll,
do
saving
anything.
throws, or
Take it.
You're amazing.
Sweet licks on your flute. Hey.
all right. So, Keelan.
So, upon seeing this big thing crash in, and I'm like, And I get really angry, but I just kind of analyze him, and I say, okay, and then I go,
Aggressive.
and I turn into a rhinoceros.
Yes!
Okay. I don't have a rhinoceros mini on me, so we'll use a bear for the time being, but we'll know it's a rhinoceros.
Why don't you have a rhinoceros?
Because I was not prepared for such things.
Jesus, way to slack off, Mercer.
Hey, I'm gonna order a rhinoceros now. Okay, are you happy? I'm gonna go to Toys R Us.
The whole animal collection. You can actually buy them. You get the whole series.
All right, so you transform into a rhinoceros, now basically facing an armored beast with another armored beast.
Yes.
Kaiju battle.
Yeah. What you got? What you doing?
I'm charging him.
It's going to jump. It rears back and leaps into the air,
Oh, Jesus.
landing right on top
Oh,
of Clarota and Scanlan.
Oh, no!
Get busted.
Turns and makes a bite attack against Scanlan.
As he does, I distract him. With playing my charm as
What's the sound the charm makes?
cutting words reaction.
Okay, so as your reaction, go ahead and do that. So roll the d8.
It's like a start of a pit bull. So.
6.
Okay, he rolled a 27. You reduce it by rolled a 19.
Damn it!
So even with the reduction, it's not enough. You're on the ground, and it sinks its teeth right into you. You take let's see.
These games keep getting better.
You take 41 points of piercing damage.
Holy
Okay.
mackerel.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Scanlan! No worries. I'm just at negative 36 now.
Really?
Yep.
Okay, so
It's a good idea.
Wait.
The grog has.
How did
Scanlan,
that happen?
That happened.
He's unconscious. He's unconscious. He's in bad shape. But
Yeah.
we're gonna get him.
Scanlan's looking rough. Scanlan is now being just thrashed around in the mouth
How many
of the
hit points do you
creature.
have? What's your
His
stat?
limp
No.
arms and legs just woof, woof, woof in the air as it's kind of just running him around and across the air.
Pike?
Strings of gnome blood are being flung across the room.
Oh.
He's so little though.
You parkour up to the top, land. Scanlan's there, currently being flung around. You manage to reach up and grab him and get in a brief tug of war with the bullet creature
Hey, get away from him, man!
as you cast Cure Wounds.
Now you're 23.
So now you're 23 hit points.
Hey, I feel great, guys!
You're still in its mouth, being shook around.
Oh shit! What is this ride? This is crazy!
All right, Poke. That's Pike. It's your turn.
Then I would like to run up to its right side and flank it.
Over here.
Yeah.
All right, so you run around. Which you can do because you're a freaking barbarian. All right, go ahead. You're making your attacks. Go for it. 3 strikes against it.
21. Yeah. Hits, right?
21 definitely hits.
16 plus 8 hits.
Definitely hits.
And natural 20! Does that mean I get an extra?
Double damage. It means double
No, it
damage.
means
Double
double
damage.
damage. Yeah. So first strike.
Kill him, kill him, kill him! So that's 40 on the last one.
Nice.
Okay.
So,
that's
61, 76.
How do you want to do this, Grog?
Oh, you killed him?
Yes. How do you want to do this, Grog?
Can I get to its mouth at all?
I could say for the flavor of this, yeah, you managed to just barely make it over
I would
here.
like to swing through and catch the corner of its mouth, open its mouth wide, and then I'd like to reach in and with my teeth pull its fucking tongue out of its head and start thrashing it side to
All right,
side.
so first you rush up with your axe, using all of the aggression. You take it and swing it, barely leaving you with a shave. You gash the side of its mouth and draw this giant wound open. As it does, you actually snap and cut through the tendons that clench the jaw, causing it to fall open and slack. Scanlan spills out of its mouth, hitting the ground with a dull thud. As its mouth is now open, it kind of rears back. You shake your head angrily as the froth is gathering at the corners of your mouth. You drop your axe from one hand, grab the jaw, reach in, bite down on its giant meaty tongue. Using your hand at the back of it, you pull and yank, and you feel all the muscle tearing and tensing before eventually it comes free, and it's now dangling about 25-30 pounds of liquid, very, very wet bullet tongue meat. With your third attack, how do you finish it?
What do you do after you're biting its tongue in your mouth?
Because
Yeah, I'm gonna King Kong his jaw. I'm gonna take the broken part at the top of his head and just pull it apart.
Yep. Okay, so you drop your axe entirely, the tongue still dangling from your mouth. You reach and put one foot up into the bottom of the jaw. Using your other hands, you push and push. You hear it crack and pull as it tenses and is trying to push down. It has no tension because the jaw was destroyed. You pull back and you hear a sickening snap as the armor plate buckles underneath where the neck joint would be on such a creature. Its eyes kind of roll back for a second, and it begins to slacken. As it does, you reach up with your fist and penetrate the bottom of where its brain would be. With a sickening sound, it goes entirely limp and collapses on the ground.
And that's why you're on the team.
And as it falls, the tongue that's hanging in my mouth, I look to one of the dwarves that's left and I go, who's next?
And we're going to end it there for the